Hi, it's Jen Lancaster. I often imagine a skeptical consultant leaning on his metaphorical shovel and asking, I've already got a brand and a company. Why do I need a personal brand too? In my latest book, In My Personal Brand, it covers much of this reasoning in detail, covering off all the simple things that you want to ask, like what is a personal brand and why would we want one? But here are some crib notes. So, a personal brand will carry more trust. While companies can build up trust in their brand over time, personality-rich soloists can build trust faster, simply by showing their face to the camera. People like doing business with people, those they like and trust, obviously. It has been shown that video content is the preferred format for viewing promotions, and Facebook Lives get 10 times the engagement of other videos. Facebook Lives generally mean you show your face and you talk naturally. And your personal brand voice cannot be easily outsourced to ChatGPT. Sure, it's easy to let a chatbot take care of our copy once we know the written tone and angle that we want. But if we don't ensure a consistent tone and put in some of our own colloquial sayings and things like that, there will be a mismatch between our natural voice and the copy. Often I see social media posts that don't really relate to the person that much. It looks like someone else is doing it, or it's just a template. So corporations are nice, but you emit more personality and engagement and warmth with personal brands. Sometimes a company brand will be the better choice if you want to sell the company later, but we can also benefit from building trust personally, such as writing our own book and advertising that book along with us. Case in point, Sabre Subri of King Kong, whose picture ad trails me around Facebook, and I bought his book. So visibility online is easier with personal names. I believe that it is easier for people to remember your name and face and harder to remember a company's name. Looking up the company, people often get it wrong and they just can't remember more than one thing anyway, and your name is probably enough to remember. Visibility is easier when utilising a personal name website, especially if you plan to launch books or courses on masterminds and things like that down the track. My own name website has stayed over this last 10-year period, while 5 different books have been launched and their initial websites faded earlier on. I have a business name website too, but I hardly need to now. I can let it go. So KPI is not just a good name for a book, Key Person of Influence. These seminars and books swept Australia several years ago as they latched onto an underserved market, those professionals who want to gain influence and authority through more educational content. They charged $10,000 for their program but didn't include any publishing or editing. Well, that was extra. Solo service providers or entrepreneurs, people who invent something, often want to convince a sector of a theory or plan, prove they're a little bit better than the rest. And that's why these programs like Key Person of Influence, Amplify, and Experts Academy all attract people looking to make a splash, or as Glenn Carlson calls it, a dent in the universe. And that's what I designed Business Author Academy to also help people like that, but maybe on the lower end of the scale and not so expensive. I thought that Business Author Academy could be a good name for supporting authors who are in business to write a book and understand publishing. But naming businesses can be difficult. It turns out that self-help writers, who may be coaches or counsellors, say, don't think it's for them. So it's perhaps better to be crystal clear and use a meaningful slogan under your personal name. Setting up a personal brand is that hard. Look, some authors are under the impression that setting up their personal brand is going to be hard work, but actually it can be fun. Do you like picking colours? Is it fulfilling to go through your own personal values and attributes? Will you be able to write like you talk, minus the swearing and upping the energy? Most people would answer yes to these questions, which are in the book, My Personal Brand. Most of this area is covered off. And the colours you pick might also relate to your book, your current logo, or a new headshot, so that it's something you'll have to consider. Consider the style of all imagery and icons, which relates to the mood that you're setting. And this will go into your personal brand style guide to help you along the way. If this is sounding not your thing, then there are good local brand designers who may charge under $1,000 to set up your colours, styles, logo variants and symbols, but usually it's a little over $1,000. Also, look for a freelancer rather than an agency to better meet a lower budget. And you can have a biography or byline that engages. So personal brand also comes into writing your bio, your about me, if you will, as this is where personality can really shine. People are trying to get to know you and your work, not just be impressed by your accolades. People love to trot out their awards. So personal brand work can help you to write this bio more authentically and get a feel for who you are and what you represent and what you're passionate about. So there you go, 8 ways that a personal brand will benefit your skeptical consultant self.